What's going on, sauce makers? Welcome to SauceStache Lunch Break. Lunch Break is my new show where I come home from work and try to make something interesting and fun. On today's episode, we are making macaroni and cheese fries. Now, these aren't French fries that are covered in macaroni and cheese. These are French fries made out of macaroni and cheese. So let's get started. This is some leftover macaroni and cheese I had, so it's cold, which is perfect for this recipe. The very first thing that we want to do is spread the macaroni and cheese out onto a parchment-lined cutting board. You can use a cooking sheet or anything. We're going to be sticking this in the freezer. So all we're going to do, drop that on, and then let's get this spread out. So you're going to want to make sure that this stays even, but get it as thin as you can get it. I also want to make it a rectangle so that way I can cut straight lines out of it once it's frozen. Okay, this looks great. We're just going to pop it in the freezer for about an hour. I'll be right back. Boom, this is a frozen macaroni and cheese patty. I'm gonna actually pull this right off of the paper here, make it hopefully a little easier to cut. So we're just gonna cut these into strips. So I do wanna make these kind of small. You can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so we definitely wanna keep these frozen. So now that they're cut, I'm gonna throw them back in the freezer so that way they don't thaw out. And we're gonna get the fry station ready. So let's get moving on that. So we have one bowl that's gonna be loaded with breadcrumbs. I like this bowl to be the larger bowl, makes it easier to work around without making a huge mess. Also gonna need a bowl filled with flour, and it's probably about a cup each. We don't need a whole lot. I'm putting more in just to be safe. And then a smaller bowl with about 3 eggs. If you haven't yet, make sure you give this video a like. Click the thumbs up button down below. I would love that. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you click the bell icon, you'll get notifications every time we upload a new video. So again, we want the oil at 375. It's gonna cook it quick. The macaroni and cheese turns into these perfect little fries and it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for this. Also, make sure you leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Let me know what you think about these fries. Would this be something that you wanna make? And thanks again, everybody, for the 1,000 subscribers. This has to be one of the funnest things that I've ever done. And I really appreciate everybody that watches and takes part of the community here. This has been really an amazing journey. We're still rising. This has taken a decent amount of time with this little hot plate. Okay, we're gonna start breading. I'm gonna grab the cut macaroni fries out of the freezer, get them over here, and let's get ready to start frying some macaroni and cheese French fries. So let's see, so let's get going. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna roll these guys in some flour, then we're gonna use a different hand to drop down in the egg and go from the egg mixture, gotta make sure it's coated, go from the egg mixture to the breadcrumb mixture with one hand, spin around, and I'm just gonna leave this one in here until it's ready to go. 348, okay. So flour, egg, breadcrumbs, okay. And just keep going with that process. Flour, egg, breadcrumb. And I already messed up my hands. Going again. Oh, there we go. So 375, let's bring this down to about a medium because we don't want it to go much hotter than that. So if you guys see what I'm doing, I have a wet hand and a dry hand. The dry hand does all the dry ingredients and the wet hand does all the wet ingredients. Well, really, the wet hand is just doing the egg. And then I don't pass it off, just drop it down in this mixture. And I didn't want to do what I just did. Let's get that cleaned again. These are gonna be so good. Oh, this is amazing. If you've ever breaded anything, it's a simple process. It's the same thing for pretty much breading anything. Oh no, we got macaroni and cheese starting to melt because of the lights. Try to get this going before these melt. Macaroni cheese fries. Here we go. Come on. What a mess is it to make fried stuff. Oh my gosh, it's just a disaster. You can see why I did the big bowl here for the final batter in, because it's gonna take up the most amount of space. Okay, so let's get frying. No, it's not 375. Got this back on high, it will go up pretty quick. I'm just gonna drop those in there. Be careful not to splash yourself. These are gonna be so good. Okay, let's get moving. And these are in for just a minute. You'll see they'll turn just an awesome golden brown color. Look at that one. Oh my gosh, perfect. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, now that they're done frying, we definitely wanna let them cool down for just a minute, and then they're ready to eat. Okay guys, here it is. Macaroni and cheese French fries. Can't have French fries without ketchup. Oh my God. These are insane. I know if I was a kid, I'd be losing my mind right now. I'm losing my mind right now and I'm not a kid. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching SauceStache Lunch Break. Macaroni and cheese fries. I'll tell you, these things are amazing. I really appreciate all the support. Thanks. I'm gonna eat this and get back to work. My God.